Welcome back to In the Paint. Well, Joey Hart and the Turkey Run Warriors have been one of the biggest surprises so far this high school basketball season. Warriors sit at 4-0 and are ranked 12th in the state in Class A. Tonight, Turkey Run took to the road to face Covington. First quarter, Austin Cook drives into the paint. He kisses it off the glass there for two. Nice play there by Cook. The threes would then start to rain for the Warriors. Jake Weaver buries one here. Then Jacob Haynes going to get in on the action as he cans a three of his own. That would tie the game up at 10 apiece. But this one would end up belonging to Covington tonight as they beat Turkey Run 49-43. Warriors dropped their first game of the season. Northview was at home tonight playing host to Villa Grove from Illinois. Second quarter, Lane Clark is going to pull up and knock down the jumper. The Falcons would control this one tonight. Later on, Jacob Rankin gets in there on the action as he cans a jumper of his own here. That would give the Falcons an 8-point lead at that point. Northview would then go on to win this one tonight big by 20, 63-43. Well, in the land of Lincoln, Robinson was playing host to Newton. The big man, Miles Leonard, was dominating the paint tonight. Here he gets a jumper to drop. Then three defenders are going to collapse on him on this next play. But that doesn't stop Leonard as he finishes there with a dunk. Robinson was a lot to handle in this one here. Austin Seiler crosses over the defender. He gets a jumper to drop there as Robinson rolls in this one to beat Newton tonight 60-39.
Tell you what, you saw Leonard there just throw it down. Must be nice to be 7 foot. We're not even close to 6 foot. He's sitting there just dunking. It must be nice to be a 7-footer. Of course, with all these games we got to tonight, we saw plenty of great crowds and school spirit. It's time now to honor you, the fans, as we show our Sports 10 Spirit Award winners tonight. The Washington students were loud and proud as they once again cheered the Hatchets on to another win. I'll tell you what, the Edgewood students continue to impress me. They have incredible school spirit. Love this tonight from the North students. It was dressed like an old person night. The North students did a good job there. I love that. Vincent's Lincoln students, they're great every year. Man, they had a lot to cheer about tonight as the Owls pull the upset. So congratulations to all our Sports 10 Spirit Award winners. Now, let's talk about some of the action that took place tonight. First, let's talk about Vincent's Lincoln. Coach Hine, they're not the most talented team they've ever had at Vincent's Lincoln, but I'll tell you one thing, maybe the hardest working group they've ever had there. This group plays so hard each game. They're going to make a lot of noise like they did tonight. Princeton, the defending Class 3A state champs, hadn't lost a regular season game in 2 years. They have all their team back from last year. Vincent's Lincoln pulls the upset tonight. Well,
that's just a great effort by that team. I mean, even without as much talent, coming back to beat a team like Princeton is just huge for the Owls, and I think that's really going to spark their season for the rest of the year. So
it's not often the Hatchets fans cheer for the Owls. They were tonight because Princeton losing, Washington should move to #1 in the state. Now, another big win we talked about at the beginning of the show, West Vigo over Terre Haute South. I'll tell you now, West Vigo has guards that can play with anybody in the state. With Hauser, West, and Wampler. Those three are just incredible. They played great tonight, and congratulations to West Vigo beating Terre Haute South for the first time in 9 years.
Well, that's right. You know, I've watched this team play a few times, been able to cover them, and you see guys like Wampler and Hauser and West really feed off each other. And you see them, I mean, how they dribble and penetrate into the paint and kick out and find one another. Always kind of feel where the other one's at. And, you know, always hit the big shots, the big threes. And I tell you what, that West Vigo team is tough, and they're definitely a team to be reckoned with this year.
Something to think about. They're 4-2 in the season. Their 2 losses are by a total of 5 points. They played in close ball games this season. Coach Baylor told me after the game he wants to see where his team is at tomorrow night. They have a tough road game at Brown County. He says they need to take tonight's win and carry it over to tomorrow night. So we'll see if they can do that. Now, another big game tomorrow night, Sullivan 6-0 hosting 6-0 Washington. We will be down there for that game. What a ball game that should be.
Oh, yes. I mean, I love at the beginning of the year when we talked to the coach at the Pizza Hut Classic, and he was kind of like, well, we'll see how my team is. Don't know how good they'll be. They come out firing right out of the gates this season, 6-0. They're playing some of their best basketball right now, and we'll see if that continues to keep carrying them through.
We know Washington is great. Coach Moore told me Sullivan, by the time that sophomore class comes through, they will make some noise. Well, tomorrow night's their chance to make a major statement. So congratulations to all our winners tonight. That does it for In the Paint. Hope everybody has a great weekend out there.